Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is King Kunji, aka Glenn Fisher. I'm coming to you driving on my way to pick up my daughter from school so I can spend some time with her and her little brother. And I was just in the car thinking, and I decided, let me share my thoughts on video because somebody else could benefit from what I'm thinking about, or benefit from some of the observations and epiphanies that have come today. When I woke up this morning, like most people nowadays, I'm sure you're checking your social media. You gotta get some people checking social media before they pray and give thanks in the morning. I ain't gonna front. I'm guilty of it. I've done it. Literally, I've had to get off the phone and hold on, let me give thanks. I just woke up. Let me just thank God for another day of life before I start checking text messages and Facebook and Twitter and so forth. But one of the messages that came to me this morning, a friend of mine was like, hey, how you doing? I responded, doing well, etc. And she went right into this challenge she was currently going through. And she was like, my car, I got into a car accident earlier this week. My car got totaled. I don't know what I'm going to do about transportation. I'm financially strapped. I'm just frustrated. It was like, she was just going on and going on and going on. And sometimes, I come off like an emotional asshole. Like, I'm not catering to somebody's feelings in that moment. And I typically don't like to, talk to people via text message about subjects like that or experiences like that, because text messages can, get misinterpreted, because it's very kind of hard to gauge the intent or the emotion behind messages you send text message. So, but I was too tired to talk. I was still halfway asleep. So, but I felt like I needed to really try to help her in that moment, and when I'm listening to her, the first thing that comes to my mind is, wow, she got a big blessing coming through really, really soon. And so my first response to her with all of that calamity and all of the challenge and obstacle that she just presented, talking about how I'm going to get to work, or I'm going to do money, she was just going in. And the first thing I said was, congratulations. And of course, she responded like, huh? And I said, congratulations. That means you got something big coming. That means you got a huge blessing coming really, really soon. Typically, the closer you're getting to your destination of any journey you've taken in life, or the closer you're getting to your blessing, or, to a new stage in your purpose, or a new milestone in your transformation, it becomes more challenging. That's a part of the process. I mean, that's what develops our character. That's what develops our strength, is to go through those challenges. So one of the Ogun Strong warrior codes is to embrace challenge. In ancient times, warriors, whether it was Vikings or Spartans or the Zulu warrior or African warriors, Native American warriors, one trait, or samurai, one thing that all of these warriors was looking for was challenge. Like, they felt cheated or shitted on if they didn't get a hard enough challenge. They wanted a challenge that would challenge their strength, challenge their durability, challenge their endurance, to the point that they felt like the ultimate challenge would be the challenge that they could potentially die. And that's the kind of shit they were looking for. And it's so funny because non-warriors, or people who have not adopted a warrior mentality, they're trying to avoid challenge. They're literally going through life praying to God every night, oh God, please, let it be that I don't have a challenge. Oh God, please, let it be that I don't have any obstacle. Oh God, please, let it be that nothing getting in the way of me trying to achieve my goals. And God is like, but how are you going to develop? How are you going to grow? How are you going to transform? How are you going to measure where you are to where you're going? How do you know you've actually gotten there internally? And if we don't go through that shit, we'll never know. So, going back to the text, because I can get long-winded and get off on tangents. But I said, congratulations. Then I went into, telling her that change your perspective. Change how you understand and comprehend events in your life. Now, yeah, the easiest emotional option is to go right into what's wrong. The easiest thing you can do is worry. The easiest thing you can do is panic. The easiest thing you can do is get angry. The hardest thing to do is to say, hey, this is a great thing that's happened to me. Now, of course, that sounds crazy to somebody who said, yeah, but I got a 9 to 5 I got to get to every morning, and I don't live on a bus line. I just totaled my car, and I live paycheck to paycheck, and I don't have any money. So pretty much what I'm hearing is that you're in a situation, you're at a crossroad where you don't know what's about to happen, you don't know how it's going to happen, and which puts you in a dark, lonely place, which is scary as shit for some people. Scary as hell to be in a place where you don't know what to do. So you feel vulnerable. You know, and it's that moment where your character is tested. And that moment, your resolve. And that moment, you know, if you're a religious person or a spiritual person and believe in a higher power, believe in a universal energy, or whatever the case may be, it is in that moment where you got to show humility and trust and be like, you know what? Like the Israelites that got delivered from Egypt, you know, if that's the story you believe. But I like that story because, you know, I grew up in the church, you know, coming up. You know, so I'm going to use that as the example. But nevertheless, God delivered them from Egypt, told them where they needed to go, and told them to follow Moses. But then they ran into the Red Sea. But guess what? They started complaining. Oh, shit. This nigga led us to the Red Sea. We can't swim. Pharaoh's behind us. Man, he going to kill us. I don't know why the hell we listen to this dude, man. He going to get us killed. So the trick part is, God knew the whole time he was going to part the Red Sea. But he wanted to see how they were going to respond in that moment where they're confused, they don't know what to do, they don't know how it's going to happen. Is that moment where God is testing their faith, testing their spirit. When you're in those crossroad moments, you don't know what's about to happen, how it's going to happen. You got to show some humility and change your perspective. Like say, hey, you know what? A blessing's coming to me real soon. I must be getting really close to what's destined for me. And in this moment right now, God is testing me. God want to see where I am internally. Am I only faithful when good shit is happening? Or am I going to stay faithful or I'm going to be steadfast in my plan? Or am I going to stay steadfast in my in this process? But look, I'm not going to talk your head off because I don't want to get into a wreck driving and talking on this phone. Trust your process. Change your perspective of your challenges. Be Ogun Strong. Let's get fit. Peace.